A new making of Danse Macabre.
We now know the openings date.
And we had a peek inside. Hi, my name is Joost.
I'm Jolanda from Dutch Theme Park Network.
Let's dive in. But before we dive into the new making of, maybe something about what is Danse Macabre and what was the backstory again. Well, Danse Macabre is the successor of the old Spook Slot, and Spook Slot opened in 1978 and was the first attraction next to the Fairy Tale Forest in Efteling. It was a walkthrough attraction where you could see some ghost scenes, but it was outdated technically and in guest appreciation. And we had that experience with for ourselves. We took somebody in for the first time and she said, "What the beep just happened?" And well, it's a good thing that the Efteling will replace the old Spook Slot with a new spooky attraction.
It's replacing because the old Spook Slot is demolished 2 years ago. It was set then to the music of Danse Macabre, and a lot of elements will come back in a new attraction, Danse Macabre, including of course the music. Spook Slot had a backstory, but it was put on later. It was very forced, so the backstory is gone. Danse Macabre has a new backstory.
Let's dive into that.
And it is a story about a musical competition that took place in the 1800s. It took place every 2 years, and every 2 years there were orchestras, and 1 year a complete orchestra disappeared. Including the director, including all the musicians, they are gone. What happened to them isn't really clear yet. We know that the relatives of the great-grandchildren of the conductor of the orchestra went looking for them, Otto and Virginie, maybe you've seen them in the park, and they found the graves of the orchestra and an old abandoned abbey with some neighboring buildings.
In that abbey was the musical competition held, and they also seen the big unnameable evil. And that is actually where the story ends, as we know it so far. Otto saw the unnameable evil, was attacked by it, and he was laying on the ground, and we hold him for dead.
Yes, that was the end of the last episode. We have a new making of episode where we see a lot of new details. We see insights, so let's dive into that one. Let's look at it together.
Again, new drone shots.
Van mysterie wordt langzaam opgeheven. Nu de poorten van mijn kapel op een vuur.
We see here the choir benches going in, and it is a tight fit. The entire gate where the benches went in is now closed. So it was open especially, it was left open especially for
to put in these large pieces, and we already know that they also tested the right system, so it works. Oh, dancing fences, I guess.
Oh, this is so beautiful. This is a complete
time
lapse of the build of the attraction.
And here you can see how wide the benches are. They are giant.
It is a world first. It's an Intamin.
A dynamic stage, and it can goes up 3 meters. It's a diameter of 18 meters wide.
It tilts, and the choir benches can spin.
And you already know that it will end with a small free fall.
I love the helmets of the builders. They have little spiders on them. It's very cool.
Yep, and he's telling it's a tight fit.
Yes.
It doesn't feel that tight when you see this.
With the crane, yes it is.
Oh, on top, yeah. And we already know that there's also some scenery down the plate that will be visible during the ride.
And when you tilt, you see the scenes downstairs, of course. And there are skulls, there's a violin there.
Oh boy, those look nice.
Yeah, they really do.
And just a lap bar.
It is a lap bar.
Individual lap bars, and that is, I think, is better than what we see at Villa Volta, where you share one of the bars.
Yeah, we also know that children need to be 1 meter 20 to enter, and it's advised that children must be 8 years or older to enter. They won't check that, so that's just Efteling's advice because it is a spooky, scary attraction.
I was hoping to see more from the decor in the main attraction, but it's all covered.
Yeah. It looks pretty accessible, the ride, but there is a disabled viewing point, so
Yep, if you can make a transfer on your own, then you have a separate show, just like Villa Volta. Oh boy, here we see the inside. It looks spooky.
it's a piece of the old spook slot still standing there.
And I'm wondering, will we hear the voice of the unnameable evil as well in the attraction?
I hope so. He has a great voice.
Stanley Burleson is a really famous Dutch musical actor.
Really famous. He's pretty famous. I love Henk. I think his last project.
Yeah, I'm going to miss Henk.
He's telling us there is
The bridge is weatherproof.
yes, a strong construction because of the people that need to cross it.
And of course, that Efteling honors the nature and that they spared as many trees as possible. And I think that's a good thing. They really try to fit in the bridge as much as possible.
Well, they fit in the bridge, but they spared as many trees as possible.
Oh boy, look those beds. They look nice.
Those are from the old spook slot as
These
well.
were in front of the spook slot before. So those gravestones we've seen before. Oh, and now we're going to take a peek inside. Yes, we do. Oh, we know those windows as well.
There will be animatronics inside. We're not sure which ones, how many, if they're Pepper
But we
Ghosts.
already discovered that probably the organ will open up during the show.
Yep, looks like that.
And Jeroen is the main designer and he tells us we are in the chapel.
There is also see-through glass. With lighting you can see through it. So,
Curious what we will see there.
yes.
Probably the violin.
So that one can maybe possibly swing
Open up.
open.
Quite sure. I think we will see Joseph there, the conductor.
We'll see.
Those chandeliers are one-on-one from Spook Slot.
Yep. It really looks like you've stepped inside Spook Slot in an upgraded Spook Slot and you can enjoy it from within instead of looking
You'll be
at
part
it.
of the scene.
Yeah, you'll be part of it. Really cool.
Oh boy.
This is underneath the turning table. Really cool. Standing in your own drawing. His artwork is
And
amazing.
it looks so great.
You can buy his artwork right now at the Black Cat. There's a postcard with his drawing.
Only €1, I believe. And I still hope they will make a poster out of that one.
Definitely.
It almost feels like a drawing. Oh, there are smoke effects.
And the benches aren't finished yet. There still needs to be some padding added and the lap bar and the back and seat.
We saw the ceiling. No hanging chandelier there.
Not yet. Anyway.
But oh boy, this looks so good. And now, I hope,
We go to October.
the openings date. The 31st of October. This is not what...
Later.
It's 2 weeks later than we expected. Because in the backstory, the contest was held on the second Friday of October. So we guessed for the 11th of October. But probably they need 2 more weeks.
Hey, 31st. Maybe it's an opening to an Halloween event.
Ooh.
Who knows?
Oh, there is Otto.
Oh, he's alive.
Something
that's
is
very good.
wrong. He has a fever, I guess. Yep, he has a fever.
Attacked by the unnameable evil.
I think this was taped in The Last Hope. I'm wondering, did they tape it all at once, or
Bloody laundry. That's scary.
do they film
No, they take
one
it all at
episode
once.
at a time?
I think they filmed it all at once. The story is already known because Paul van Loon has written a book about it.
No, the story of Paul van Loon will be a completely other one. There are children that will see the disappearance of the orchestra.
Ah.
This is, I think, the leftovers of the donkey that was missing.
Aw.
Grabbed by the unnameable evil. Oh boy.
Het houdt ons in de gaten. Duister uit de kapel. Ga nu het kan.
That is spooky.
Flight if you can. That's all for now. What do we think? I'm hyped.
I think it's definitely a scary attraction, but I like it for Efteling. I like Halloween events too. The 31st of October surprises me, honestly, because I thought it would be earlier than that. But a test with a Halloween event, because probably if you only do the 31st, it will probably only be a test, or maybe it will open soon for previews.
We already know that there will be previews with employees of Efteling from September on.
Oh.
And somewhere between testing with employees and the official opening, because we know the press opening will be on the 30th of October, and on the 31st of October it will open up for all visitors. And somewhere in between, I guess, there will be some premium annual pass holder previews. Maybe that's the moment for a test.
For a test of Halloween, I like it. I hope so. But I know there are people who don't like Halloween, so...
But I think the Efteling can do a Halloween event in an Efteling style, not really scary, but just the spooky and the Efteling scares. Just a little jump scare, not something too scary, not all the skulls and the blood and the chainsaws, but classy Halloween. And I think that's something that isn't there in the Halloween market, and maybe a gap that the Efteling can fill.
It would be massively popular if they were going to do that. I'm sure of that.
I'm quite sure.
If you want to see more, there was Press Invited and Loopings was there, and he made some beautiful shots of the entire outside area, the inside area. Great watch.
We'll make sure to link those videos down in the description.
Yes,
and we react to videos of the previous episodes as well.
If you want to know the entire story, go back. We have a series about Danse Macabre.
We'll link those as well down in the description. But let us know, will you visit Efteling to ride Danse Macabre yourself? Let us know down in the comments, or are you too scared? And if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, you might want to take a peek in our web shop. We have special opening merchandise for Danse Macabre there. Head over to DutchThemeParkNetwork.com/shop or become a patron of our channel. We would love to welcome you in our network.
Definitely.
And of course, we'll keep you up to date about all things Danse Macabre in our monthly news update. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the next one. See ya!